Hello, everyone. Welcome to Jamaica 411. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm your host, Michelle Stern. Well, you saw the passage of the bill, the NARA bill, after much drama. 11 hours is what the parliamentarian them spend, you know. Yes, man, them work them 14 million last night, bro. 11 hours on this bill. And all kind of high drama. I brought you the passage of the bill first. And now this time around, I am bringing you the high drama with Angela Brown Burke. Now, them say, that when you lift the mace, you put an end to the proceedings. You are going to hear when the speaker said, this is not a joke. I think she was addressing Angela Brown Burke because she must get up and go face the mace. Then you heard somebody said, as the speaker said, this is not a joke. You heard somebody say, what the hell? Listen good, right? And then now the speaker said something and then she turned around and she lose her mind. And first of all, she called her by name. So she named her and ordered the marshal to shove her out of the parliament after telling her outside. Now I am going to show you all 28 minutes of it from the beginning until the very end when Damian Crawford walked out of the parliament. It looked like they didn't call him all together. So we thought it was a walkout, but no, this is too much of a great opportunity to delay by even 1 second the passage of a bill that these risers over on the opposition side seem to think going to put an end to them political ambitions to form government. That clearly must be what this is about, right? In addition to the fact that them not mean this country any good and the people any good, that clearly seems to be them agenda. Now, I'm going to let you listen and form your own opinion. Feel free to talk anything you want to talk about what you observe. If me miss something, you might see something. So mention it in the comment section. Tell me what you think about all of this and what you think should be done. Because I am of the view that I think something should be done. The lifting of the mace is one thing. But the defiance, I think they need to take this thing further if they can. And look to the possibility of suspending her for a longer period than just the sitting. I don't think you can allow it because if you do, it will happen again and again and again. And a full house, and of them, right? Them catching there because somebody vote and put them in there. But a whole away house, and of them personal house, but then they were their husband and their picnic. That them a play defiance. Anyway, let me ask everyone at this stage, please, can you give the video a thumbs up? Go ahead, please. Give the video a thumbs up from now on. Share the video, very important. Subscribe if you have not yet done so. And feel free to leave your comments in the comment section. Yes, and for all of that, I thank you very much. Now, let me get on with it and start the drama. Because you don't want to hear no more of me, man. You want to see it for yourself. Now, remember, you're seeing it from the very beginning to the very end. Yes.
So let me tell you, members, the ayes 32, the nays 27, and absent 3. Members, the clause carries as amended. Next clause, pilot
I wish
of the
to
bill.
put clause 5, 6, and 7 without amendments. I wish to put clause 5, 6, and 7 without amendments.
5, 6, and 7 without amendments. Members, the person piloting the bill, that's not a joke, you know. 5, 6, and 7. Oh, you don't ever do that, member. Marshall, please. Angela Brown Burke, I name you. Outside. Marshall, go for her.
So at this stage, she moved the mace. Now, circle on the right, you see in red, That is a marshal. Now, it looked to me like this marshal is hard of hearing and they never wear him hearing aid. Because no matter how you see the speaker, I call him mark you. When I was in the parliament, it was a little bit difficult to hear the speakers when them start to chat, so maybe you never hear. You were hearing it much better on the on YouTube, right? When we're outside. So the marshal now was ordered to put her out, and you can see the risers them stand to them feet now, right?
Angela
Supporting
Brown Burke.
slackness. But the more I think about it, she knew that if she removed the mace, apparently, whenever the house is in session, the mace is on the top section of the table. When it's committee, they put it on the lower section. And it seemed as if she moved it, right? Which would have brought the proceedings to an end. So I am wondering, now that I'm thinking about it, if this was the plan, if it was the plan for them to delay the proceedings, probably force the house to start again the next day as a delay tactics on the part of these risers, right? That them decide so they must go and move the mace. And she took up herself and she went and did it. And because she did it and it was a plan, the whole of them stand up in solidarity, right? To defy the speaker. And I think something more should be done about it. They should not be allowed to get away with it.
Angela Brown Burke. Members, I name Angela Brown Burke and ask that she be removed from the chamber. Those in favor? Those against, the ayes have it. Member outside.
So it was put before the House and the House voted. As to whether the proper procedure was followed to have the member removed, that we don't know. But if we give her the benefit of the doubt, this is Angela Brown Burke, and say maybe the speaker may not have followed the procedure at this stage, then we're going to minus the time that she spent being defiant at this point. And at this point, it was 33 seconds.
Standing order under Rules of Order number 43, subsection 2. The Speaker or Chair shall order any member whose conduct is grossly disorderly to withdraw immediately from the House during the remainder of the day sitting, and may direct such steps to be taken as are necessary to enforce such order.
So based upon what this speaker just read to us from the standing order, it appears as though she had every right to order her out once she identified the misbehavior, disorderly conduct.
Member Angela Brown Burke, member.
So at this point, I'm going to ask everyone to listen very carefully to what is being said on the floor. Listen carefully. So you heard a voice sounding like Babsy Green saying, "No, but she has been named." Listen.
Madam Speaker.
House
Madam
Leader.
Speaker. Madam Speaker, I hereby move. Madam Speaker, I hereby move that the member for St. Andrews South be suspended for the rest of the duration of the House.
Those in favor? Those against? Clerk. Members.
Needless to say, what the House Leader just did by announcing that the member from South St. Andrew be suspended for the rest of the sitting was to kick out Mark Golding out of the House because he is a member for South St. Andrew. So in this respect, the pronouncement of the House Leader was not valid. You have to get it right.
Madam Speaker, for the avoidance of doubt, our chairman, the motion that is being moved is that the member for South East St. Andrew be suspended for the remainder of the sitting.
So now the House Leader has kicked Julian Robinson out of the Parliament because he is the member for South East St. Andrew.
Members,
Madam
Marshall, could you please remove
Madam
the member
Chairman.
immediately? Immediately remove the member. You are instructed to please immediately remove the member from the House.
Madam Chairman, we were proceeding quite effectively in going through the clauses of the bill. I think what we are witnessing now is a display which, when we reflect on this in years to come, it will not be amongst our best. And I think the order of the House and dignity of the House must be preserved. And I would invite all members to join in preserving that dignity of the House. You are the members.
So they were singing the Saints marching in. Can you imagine that? The Prime Minister got to his feet and spoke in perfect silence. I wonder if they were hoping that he would overrule the Speaker. I don't know, but they were in perfect silence. And now them looking very pleased. You see Angela Brown-Burt looking very pleased of herself, and everybody looked very pleased, like them think them do something. And maybe they did. If the plan was to delay the process, they succeeded. What they failed to do, though, was to have the matter carry on until the following day. That they failed to do, assuming that was the plan.
Please follow the rules of the House, members. And yes, if a member behaves out of order, the standing orders allow for the naming of said member. The rules of the House are serious and we should not take them for joke.
So, up to this point, if a motion is required to have the member removed, that motion that was carried by the House Leader is not valid. First of all, him kick out Mark Goling, the member for South St. Andrew, and then kick out Julian Robinson after he said there was, he wanted to make sure there is no doubt. And so far, he has not said that he's moving a motion to have Angela Brown-Burt removed, and she is a member of Southwest St. Andrew. So, Mr. House Leader, we are waiting on your proper motion, sir, to have the miss removed. So far, if the motion is required, it has not been properly put before the House. So we wait. Now, the Marshal is now over there, overcome him had a hearing this, I suppose, and him talking to the member, and Mr. Dayton him interfering, because I don't know how he come into it. And there is Julian on one side looking very pleased with himself. There is Azan and, of course, Damian Crawford. Yes, man, all of them look very happy.
Marshall, could you please explain to the member the rules of the House and the next action that follows if she does not remove herself from the House? Please explain, based on the rules of the House, what happens next. Let me expect, no, if she does not follow the rules, she will be suspended.
So you heard the member shouting that she was suspended already. No, member, she was not suspended at all. The House Leader is yet to get the constituency correct, Southwest St. Andrew. But at this point, I want you to pay attention to two individuals in the opposition benches that did not join in this foolishness. Isaac Buchanan, see him over there in the top right, and Zuleika Jess. Both of them sat down and they kept themselves out of it. But there is Murcott, man. Yes, man, marshalling the forces. Mass Murcott, walking up and down like him in charge of something.
Members, I have suspending the committee and resuming the House. Marshall, could you lift the mace, please? Suspending committee.
No, when I told you that Marshall looked like him had a hearing and he never wearing hearing aid that day, you hear how much time the speaker called him name? The speaker called him several times. Him gone somewhere else.
Marshall, could you raise the mace? Marshall, whether they're seated or not, raise the mace. That's the instruction. Members, we are back in the House. Member Angelo Brown-Burke, the member from St. Andrew Southwestern. I am asking that you appreciate that you have been named by the chair in committee and you are named by the Speaker of the House for disorderly conduct. Member, at no time can you grab the mace in Parliament. Not even in jest, member. And not in protest either, member Burchell.
So let's see what happened next. Now, if you look up at the top, you see where the speaker is. You see one of the clerks. She put the book, that is a standing order book, to her, pointing out some section. So they are advising the speaker now as to what she can do next, I suppose. We'll soon find out.
Members, member, do not leave. Member, do not leave. None of you. Members.
So at this point, the speaker asked nobody to leave. But you notice that the prime minister got up. He was beckoning to the leader of opposition business, Philip Paulwell, and they gone behind the little thing where the speaker is to have a little tete-a-tete, I suppose, discussing, what them think, or, maybe saying something to Paulwell about what is going on. We don't know, and we wait to find out. When they resume, listen to that fool, Dayton Campbell. What is his excuse for Angela Brown-Burke's behavior?
Members, again, I'm at the House. I am going to ask that we put to a vote the removal of the member. Yes. House Leader.
Let's start with the beginning. Southeast or southwest? Southwest. Madam Speaker, in accordance with all of us can speak for 30 minutes on this motion. There's no debate. In accordance with Standing Order 43-4, I move that the member for St. Andrew Southwest, St. Andrew Southwest, be suspended for the duration of the rest of the sitting of the House.
Those in favor?
Madam Speaker.
Those against? Those against? No, that's not allowed. Those against? Those against? The ayes have it.
So you heard Dayton Campbell in the background talking about them can discuss it for 30 minutes. And when somebody rebut him, say, "Oh, you mean?" Right? And then Mark Golding is telling Angela, she must get up and say something. These people just come in at the parliament the other day. Them don't know nothing, but they want to take over. Like it's them here, them there, and them in charge of it. Right? No, I am doing this commentary and putting forward the comments in the dead ear. There's a lot of dead ear, and I'm just taking the opportunity to talk to you at that point. So they thought it was a funny joke, but it now appears as though them understand the gravity of the situation.
Members, I'm going to suspend the sitting of the House for 5 minutes. We will be back at 10:50. Those in favor? Those against? The ayes have it.
Yes, man. So a whole lot of dead air went on for about 5 minutes. So there is a mace being lifted. It's put down. And you see Murcott him down at the bottom right. And Wavel behind him. And there is Tony Hilton down at the bottom. And Damien get up. And Leighton Epstein him get up. And the whole of them now congregating. And then, of course, the government side. They are there, talking amongst them one another. You're going to see the thing get very heated. This person with bald head now in black. Who is that person? But he's going to go over and wear glasses too. Oh, I think that is Fitz Jackson. And there is somebody else going over there to talk. The discussion going to get very heated, and you're going to see at some point Murcott fan him off. So just watch the proceedings. Now I'll keep quiet. Just watch everybody. Watch them closely. And let me keep quiet now while you watch now. All the while, Zuleika Jess and Isaac Buchanan were in the seat. Now, at some point, Isaac Buchanan got up and went over to Paulwell, who is sitting beside the British tourist, and showed him the blue book, which is the standing order. Seems as if he was making some point to Paulwell, you'll soon see. And I don't recall Paulwell turning to him leader and saying nothing, so clearly he must never agree with what it was that Isaac was pointing out. So watch careful everything now. You see Fable Williams got up, the Prime Minister is there. Damien him gone over talk to the Prime Minister. And who is that person in that light grey jacket? I think that is Russell, Dr. Russell. And the very defiant miss sitting there same way. And you see on the ground beside the table that look like the market bag. Almost market bag coming. I don't know if you're a bag big so. Anyway, so everybody is animated. So I'm going to keep quiet now and you want to watch the drama. Now, there is a person in the black gone over there at the border talking to the British tourists and talking to Julian and sitting getting very animated. Now, as I would keep quiet, but as I notice anything, I will show you. There is a man talking to Mark and him point. You see him hand? You see him hand? The man with the ball that went over. Don't know who it is. See Mark says something to him. A point. And the man that says something to him, I don't know what he must say to him. But him very animated. Right? And see Murcott stand up over him like him think him a soldier. Or something like him want join in the war, whatever it is them talk about. But you can see that is very very tense, whatever I'm talking about. So there it is. The gentleman turn around and look at the mace. See Murcott point to the mace as if I ask him something. So yeah, see, watch Murcott. You see? Watch him. So him show the grabbing of the mace. And then the gentleman talk to him now. And there is Leighton Epstein. Him walk up and down like me don't know what. And see the two of them are talking about Murcott. Watch Murcott now. Point to the speaker table. The man get into it. The man talk to Russell now. And Murcott him point to the speaker's table. Him touch him on his shoulder and say something about the speaker. So watch Murcott follow him up now and shout in his ears. Watch Murcott now. Pan him off. See there? Point on him. My man point on Murcott too. Murcott say something about the speaker. Watch him. Watch Murcott. I see some of you that come join in. Yeah, man, them run the house, for them house, and if we want anymore, them hijack the PMP, so they want to come hijack the house too. So there some you are calling away, who know, that could be, I don't know if that is Fitz Jackson, but that, of course, that brown man here would have been Faz. And then see Damien talk to Babsy, the Prime Minister up there talking to somebody else. And the very defiant Miss Anna Market bag sit down same place. She now moved because apparently a fear house, she and Paul Burke house. You understand? Enough of we anymore. So it looked like. Anyway, let's continue to watch. So you see Bobby Montague going about in business and Chris Brown stop him to have a chat. Damien gone over now. The marshal is now with the defiant miss and her market bag. She decides that she now move. And the marshal again explaining to her that she needs to take herself out of the house. The house has spoken. A vote was taken that she should be suspended. So what she has done in the house for? You know, sister, this woman you pass her place now. Something needs to be done more than just the suspension for the sitting. So keep watching because it looked like the marshal was able to prevail upon her to come out of the house. Right? But when she came out, she left the market bag. So finally, she took herself from out of the house. But it appears from the fact that she leave her market bag that it was her intention to return. Because you will notice that when she got up, you'll notice that when she got up, the marshal moved the bag out of the way and she walked around it so she see it. So if she see her bag and she left it here same way, it must have been her intention to come back in our house. But I don't know what occurred after that, but she never did return. No, I need you to keep watching because at some point you're going to see a lady in blue. That would have been what's her name? Dalrymple. Dalrymple, you will see her from the bottom of the page at some point, and she's going to go over to them, and you're going to see her point vigorously. Whatever she says something feisty to them, and then she talked to Damien, and Damien, like him, must say, "What me do?" You know, watch carefully. Keep watching because they're still animated. Now, this individual here appears to be Denise Daly, right? And it seems as if she and Dalrymple going at it. You soon see Dalrymple come out now. Where the hell that's what we do? So Damien walking out of the parliament was the end of the drama, right? And this is also the end of the video. So what happened next? The speaker took her seat. The committee continued, which meant that she was not the speaker at the committee. She would have been the chairperson of the committee, where they continued to look at the various clauses of the bill. And they go clause by clause and vote on the acceptance of the clause. And if there's to be an amendment, the person piloting the bill, who is the prime minister, and also, no, who was that? No, is it Nestor Morgan? Yes, I think it's Nestor Morgan. He's also the one that is, announcing what it is that they intend to amend, and then they discuss it and then vote on the amendment. So that continued until after 1 a.m. Now, you saw that the opposition was out. So for part of the discussion of the clauses, they were not in the house. Eventually, they came back. And, some of them started drifted. Quite a number of them were, absent from the house. So they went through the bill until it came to a conclusion. Then they voted, and the bill was passed in the lower house. And remember what I said, it's now going to go to the Senate to be debated and passed there. After that, it's the Governor General who then assent, and then it goes for gazetting at the printing office. So that's the process. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you don't mind me butting in, but remember, there was a lot of dead here, but it was certainly something. And I do recommend, but with the jellyback business, had the PNP been the one in power and Uno try this joke, they would not make Uno get away with it. They would not spare Uno. So if there's something to be done other than suspending her whether it is the ethics committee or some other committee of the House, call it and let them look into her behavior. This cannot stand. If you not allow them to get away with it, anything else happen after that, a fool fault. The thing needs to go further. If it can go further, make it go further. Look into her conduct with a view of suspending her, right? In my view, I think she should be suspended for the rest of the term of the parliament, which means she will be out of the parliament until 2030 or whenever it is that the prime minister call the election, right? At least she should not be inside the House for less than 1 year. She needs to be suspended for the 1 year at least or for the rest of the term. This behavior cannot stand. Anyway, folks, let me thank you for joining me today, for sharing, for subscribing, giving the video a thumbs up, and leaving your comments in the comments section. Until next time, take very good care of yourselves and walk good.